All right, so welcome to Dead Set on Success Coding. Today things look a little different. I was messing around a little bit with Streamlabs OBS software, so I've got this overlay here. I'm trying to understand that a little bit as well. So um, what I'm going to do is we're just going to get right into it. Today I want to say that um, I believe we are on part 5, but we just check the website. It's been 2 days since I have done a. Okay, good. So today's will be part 5. Last time we um, just added an object so that we could have our whatever functions that we did. We're doing that on an object so we can manipulate the data. So we have some type of persistent data that we can use between the different items here. So far, let's see, we need to exit out of here. Okay, let's go ahead and launch the program again. So if we set the shooter, okay, the current shooter is player 1. And one thing that I wanted to do was set a specific display info, but that's getting a little bit into kind of the view, and eventually we'll want to kind of try to understand more of the model view controller. And so we'll probably try to come back to this and set up some type of MVC architecture. But for today, let's look at what else we need to do. So we can set the shooter. We can roll the dice. Did that work? 2, roll dice. Yes, okay, so we got a total. Now, can we set the point 3, throw error? All right, so that's not great. Starting player is not defined. Okay, so set the bet. Set shooter. Let's set point. Roll total. Point is roll total. Starting player is not defined. Okay. Okay, got it. So set point, starting player. We need to pass in the game object, don't we? So set shooter, game current shooter is shooter. Game current shooter, set shooter. Okay. So we need to do something similar to this. So game dot starting player current shooter, and are we storing a dice result right now in current shooter? No, we're not. Okay, so current dice result, and that's going to be undefined at the start. Okay, then with the roll dice, when we roll the dice inside of our interface, case 2 roll dice, we want to roll result dice total, and we want to game dot current dice result equals dice result. and then so we want the game dot current dice result here. Okay, so here let's fire up our game. We want to set the shooter. We want to roll the dice. What did we get? Dice total is 8. So now we want to set point. Point is 0. That's not great. So we sent, what's our current dice result? Hold on, something's weird. We need the dice total. Okay, yes, okay. So current dice result equals the sum. Okay, and then all right, so set shooter. Current shooter's number 2. Roll the dice. So our current dice result is 7. Is that right? Yes. Perfect. And then we want to set the point. Point is 1. It doesn't seem right. Okay, so set point. Roll total. Point is roll total. Okay, so this is, we need a current player. So set the point. Don't really need the player to set the point, as far as we know at this point, so okay. Oh. Set shooter. Current shooter is 1. Current roll dice. Current dice result is 2. Ooh, snake eyes. So set point. Point is 2. Okay, so we can roll dice. Okay. I was just thinking to myself, we might want to put like the value, current value here in the menu, if it exists. So the current dice result is 11. And what's the game logic resolve dice? Come on, resolve launcher, sum of the dice. Right, so we don't want to keep doing this over and over. We want to see, is it the point? Okay, so all of this stuff is working logic, but we just want to know is it a win condition, is it a lose condition? Or do we need to roll again? So we need to know if it's the first roll. So is first roll is true, and that's basically this is first roll is true. That's the point it's done to find. So is first roll equals true. Okay, so for resolve dice, we need it so where we can call this and it just checks it. Let's put this in here. So this function needs to return a whether it is a win, a loss, or a roll again. So and it's going to, this function will take a dice total so this function will take the dice total and a point. And the point, if point is undefined, then it is the first roll. Otherwise, it is not easy. Okay, so now we want to adjust this so that we can take in roll total. And we also need the point. And I guess we need to take in the game value. Well, all of that information is on the game. So I guess all we have to do is pass in the game. And then we have access to all of that. Current player, all of that stuff. So we don't even need this anymore. So, and we only want to do it once. So we're going to take out the loop. Okay, let's go through this logic again. So if it's undefined, so first roll we're going to win. All right. Okay, so we still can remove this. Okay. And so we don't want the roll. So we can say let roll equal game current dice result. Let point equal game current that right? We have a point. Set point. Okay, so this doesn't do anything yet. So why aren't these functions? So we have the game. So really, I mean, it seems like these functions should be a part of the game object. So there we have the model and the controller. So maybe those functions out here need to be part of the controller. Seems like roll dice needs to be part of the game, but we're not going to worry with that right now. We do need to have a point, and so point undefined. Okay, and so we'll say when we roll the dice, we set the point, get a roll total. Should be current dice result. So we need to send in a roll total, and we also need to send in point. Because we have to send in the game. Okay, so set point. Is going to be just the game. And then in set, we need to say game dot current dice result game dot point equals the current dice result. And then this is going to be point is game point. Alright. Set shooter. Roll the dice. Set the point. Okay, and now we resolve the dice. Okay, so resolve dice. We no longer have a loop, so let's push this stuff over one. Okay, so roll equals this. We don't need that anymore, so current dice result point equal the point. So we don't need that right now. Okay, so if point is undefined, it's the first roll. Okay. And then now if this we return win, if we lose, else. this anything other than that. So then we need to set point with the game current dice result game. Okay. Guess all we're doing is that sending it in the game. Okay, so set point game. If roll equals point. Okay, so how did this work? Else. Does it come out roll? It's not. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, good. So we have else if, and then if it's not a win, it's not a lose, then else. That's it, and just goes again. Okay, got it. So, well, let's see. Okay, so yeah, we do need an else. Then we need to return console roll again. Okay. Or yeah, maybe we don't need that here. We can have that outside of this loop. So if we get here, looks like a buddy wants to play. So I'd like to finish this function first. So we're gonna check this out. So let's try to run this game again. Quit. Set shooters one. Roll the dice. Okay, we don't want to set the point. I want to try to resolve the game. Current dice result. That's why I didn't pass in the object. Okay, try it again. Set the shooter. Set the roll the dice. Resolve the dice. What do we get? Point is 9. Roll again. Perfect. Alright, so let's try to resolve the dice again. Oh no, now we roll again. and we got a 7. So that should end the game. This should be lose. Perfect. All right, that looks good. And then also, so let's roll the dice. And what was that? 11. I think that should be a lose too. Or let's roll again. 11 is only a lose on the beginning. Is that right? This should be a 12. So 2, 3, or 12 is a lose. Otherwise. Okie doke. Well, that's pretty good. So what we did is we've set up the function resolve dice. So now we can check the outcome. And next we need to work next on part 6 or work on the betting system. And then we need to have some type of a game loop to run through. So we need a controller. We need to start working on a controller. So next, set bet and resolve bet, then work on the controller. And then we can start working on our interface and we'll be done. Okay, so appreciate you guys watching today and hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll probably be back tonight to continue on with the bets.